I don't know if this could have worked any more perfectly. It's all aboard. The tunnel looks fine. It's a little wider, but that's all right. That gives me plenty of hand room to get in if I want to do it that way, or I just do this. I take it off. This thing's dried up pretty nice. Okay, I got the inside the tunnel all blended. All the sections that were all put together are all blended together with hydrocal, sealed down and glued. And this thing moves nice and easy. It took a little while for it to dry because it had so much plaster on it to make it good and solid, but it fits right back down in here like so. And I think I can make that work to where it just stays. I can pull it off, put it back on. You won't notice that it's a piece that comes in and out. So I dug through all my scraps, and now it's time to meld this into some type of taper up here a little bit, and then taper this mountain down to here and make this all look right. So I'm going to start piecing my scraps together, and I'll show you what I come up with out of this pink puzzle. I've pieced together my rest of my oddball tunnels and made me a top tunnel here. I'm going to glue that one back on now. I had them temporary glued there to get them fitted, and then now I'm going to cloth them over and make it one big piece. And then I'm going to attach it to the top of this one so that it all comes off as one big tunnel piece. Let me get these melded together with some plaster cloth. Okay, I got that one plastered all together. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit where it becomes sturdy, then I'll attach it to this. Okay, these are one piece now, and this thing all comes up as one piece. It fits down in as one piece. I just need to glue me some pieces onto here and stabilize a little bit. Do that after she dries. Double tunnels. Double tunnels. There's my piece that goes on there. Figuring out as I go. Okay, I had to use some Dynagrip and fix that to it because I'm going to have to be hacking on that. I need it to be good and stabilized, so I'll get it on there, and then I'll let it dry really good, and then I'll hack on it so it don't fall back off again. The rest of this stuff's on there really good, but that one's kind of important. Okay, looking like a mountain again. Okay, with the top tunnel put in place, I stacked my foam up. It's all glued and pinned down with wood stakes. It's good and stable. And let's see if I can lift it up here. Let me get my, hold on. Okay, this thing just comes in. And I put it back in. It's right down in there perfectly. It's got a mold in here. And fix up kind of around the edges of it a little bit. I got all my pieces on this top part. They're all glued in and nice and solid now. So I'm gonna start chipping from the top down and see if I can meld this thing in a little bit better, see if I can make it look better than a big old block of styrofoam here. Okay, I kind of got this thing carved out. I still got to work on some tapers to go over here and down to this edge and this edge over here, but the base of this mountain is looking pretty good. I need to also put a little piece down in here and then kind of work it up a little bit. But I think this, what I'm finding is this little steel brush. When you look at this up close, it's kind of got a lot of loose stuff. And what I've been doing is just taking this steel brush and kind of just looking and see if it looks right. I take a little bit off, like there's a little shelf there, and I'll scratch it up a little bit, make it look better. And I'm just going over here and eyeballing this thing and taking a lot of this loose stuff off. And then I saw another trick that these guys was using, especially the guy from Thunder Mesa Studios. He had one of these, and I went and bought one. M-Life. It's a little heat gun. And when you put that heat gun, I tried it out here a little bit, it melds it back to hard. And it takes all those little pieces. I didn't clean all these little pieces up out of here first. I just kind of went through and melted a little bit. You got to make sure you don't catch your house on fire. But basically, you just wand this thing over, and I'll show you. I'm going to probably work it on this here, and I'll show you what it does. This thing is cleaned up pretty good. I got all the loose stuff off from it. I'm going to try this heat gun. I'm going to put it on high. And just, let's see what it does. Boy, it shrinks up all the little pieces. Kind of textures it to look like. It rocks. Looks pretty good. Transformation. It's pretty awesome. Takes all those little pieces and just kind of melds them back in. Okay, it melded it down, made it look a lot better, and it hardened it back up too, where it had a little bit of a soft texture to it. It's now kind of crispy on the top, and now I can go in and fill all these areas with some sculpt mold. Okay, I've mixed me up some sculpt mold. I'm going to go in and start just filling in these cracks. It looks like it's going to go pretty easy. Just fill in the cracks. And mold this thing in a little bit better. And you don't want to watch all this. I'll show you when I get done. Okay, I got the sculpted mold on there, and all these cracks are covered up. And it's looking pretty fine. I think it's gonna be fine. I still gotta work all this, the tunnel coming up, and some more rocks in here probably. Some big boulders down in this area. And fix this little area here up, but this thing just comes right out and just fits right back in place. Just like so. Just like that. And the matchup back here, I'll have to come up with a method to get rid of this crack back here, but that's not a big deal. I'll figure it out. And now I got to do that to the rest of this thing, and you don't need to see that, but you get an idea of what I got to do to the rest of this to get that on. Then we'll go to put some color on this thing. As this stuff started to dry, I seen that, you know, some of this didn't look real natural, so I'm going through and putting some carving marks and some chips in and cleaning out some of these grooves so that it looks more natural. Just putting some of that and just kind of cleaning it up a little bit. So it does take some more work after it, and then putting some deep cuts around where it looks like there's rocks. And then kind of rubbing them in a little bit so they're not so, like right there, you can see that it's real smooth. So I'm gonna put a line there so that when I go to put my wash on there, it'll actually fall into a crack. So anyway, I'll just continue just tweaking on this thing a little bit here and there, making it not look so smooth. You get the idea. It wasn't just put on and leave, so it's just, you know, just open your eyes and look at it. If it looks natural, it's good. Yeah, it's looking pretty damn very good right now, I think. Go through and smoothing some of this stuff up, because once it gets hard, it'll be a little bit more difficult to get anything done with. Okay. Got some good grooves in here. This is all looking like this right here. This needs to be dug out a little bit. Just, you know, you just look at it and your eyes will tell you what to do. If you've been on Earth for any amount of time, you got a clue whether it looks natural or not. Okay. I'm liking it. Can't wait to see what the paint does to it. The ports are all fixed up. I got the extra put on here to cover up that, and covered that all up, filled all the ports in. Just need to let her dry and shape her a little bit. Same on this side. I need to probably put, I'll be all right there. What I did here was I put some wax paper against the back set, and then I filled in with the sculptor mold, and I'm gonna let it dry. That way that gap was filled all the way, and it should fit perfect, like a dentist making a tooth. So back up in there, and then tomorrow after it's dry, I'll peel the wax paper off and see if that actually worked. You know, I just disguise this little crack up in the top. Should be good to go. That'll be my test, and then I can get after the rest of this thing. Okay, let's see how my plastering worked here with the wax paper. Looks like it worked pretty good. Melded it right up. You still see the little crack, but you know what? I can live with that. And up here, looks like I melded pretty good. I mean, I can make that work. I think that worked pretty good. That's another plus.